Hello, hello. Oops. Hope everybody is doing well. Welcome to the final Creating with Care live stream of our fundraiser. So, what's up, Hobo Joe? I love reading your guys' usernames. But welcome to the final Creating with Care fundraiser live stream. For those of you, if this is your first time, we're raising money for Feeding America. We have a goal of $1,000. I think we're about like 60% of the way there, maybe 50%. So I don't think we're gonna hit our goal, but that's okay because we did a darn good job raising what we could. So very, very proud. But yeah, we'll just let some more people get in here, then we'll start soon. New video was posted today. Took me a really long time to edit because it was 45 minutes long. But after you guys watch it, let me know if you dig the there's a lot of handwritten graphics. Like, I have all these papers of handwritten graphics that I then scanned and tried to put in the video. So I enjoyed doing that. I hope you guys enjoyed the new video, but let's go ahead and get into some reviews, huh? Some feedback. So the way this works, I'm gonna count to 5, and when I do, just feel free to put your song in the comments. I'm gonna choose 5 songs at a time so I can better manage it. And make sure that you're sending the name of the track, like as exactly as it is uploaded. So if you guys are ready, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go ahead and submit your song. And then, like I said, I'll pick the first 5 that I see on my end. And while you guys are sending songs, I'll answer Hobo Joe real quick. I have a question: how you come up with unique riffs? Like, all the stuff I come up with seems like bland and boring. I'm actually working on a video kind of like that. The working title is, I don't remember what it is, but I'll have a video for that. All right, I'm gonna write down the first 5 songs I see on my end. So first we have Falsa Diosa, rough mix. Then we have Save Me, then Static, then Mixia, Low Warm, HD, and then Patiently Wait. All right. So without further ado, let's get the ball rolling. And just let me know if anything goes awry with the audio. Should be fine. But first song we have Falsia Diosa. Hey Trev, long time no see. Oh, it's Diego. Oh my God. Yeah, okay. We were supposed to work on something. A lot happened in my personal life. But let's reconnect at some point, Diego. Long time no see. Today I'm bringing up the song with a rough mix to see what you think about the production or else. Hope you like it. It's called False God in Spanish. All right, let's take a listen. And just give me thumbs up in chat if you guys can hear the song.
mirada bien afilada, delicada como signo de agua. Perfección de mis ojos, siento que de mí te hartaste, no puedo creerlo. Y dime que no es verdad, dices que no hay vuelta atrás.
Real quick, Patrick Murphy, yeah, upload an audio file. So I saw one come through that was a Logic file. Just go ahead and resubmit. And just remind me what your song was, and once it's resubmitted. First of all, Diego, holy smokes, I love this so much. I feel like you could add a little more grit to once everything comes in, like that. The way I would go about that, I think it could be really cool, is just bounce the instrumental where those parts hit. So the dun-dun, just bounce that in total and then distort it and just blend it in with the track. Just to add like another wall of just massive, nasty sound. But this is awesome, man. I love this. I love the like the hyper pop-esque, jungle-esque drums that are in it. Like, oh man, this is so good.
En mis ojos siento que de mí te hartaste, no puedo creerlo. Y dime que no es verdad, dices que no hay vuelta atrás. Triste que no soy las piedras que tú quisieras poder cargar. Me haces mal, te quiero más. Aunque siempre digas que tú no. Oh por Dios, sin ti no sé quién soy. Quiero seguir siendo tu baby, maybe me estoy sobrepasando and I'm sorry.
The only legit critique I have, because this is so full, it's so balanced, everything is like so good about it. The only thing I would say is a little more vocal layers. Like, especially in this part here. Just to contrast it from the rest of the song, because a lot of the song feels like it's just kind of one vocal, and you do layer it here. And that layering is such a nice contrast of like everything that we heard before. So I feel like just more vocal layers would really just put the track exactly where it needs to be, because this is so good, man. This is so freaking good. I'm so happy hearing this track. This is awesome. Oh, did you guys hear that? Oh, that was so cool. Oh my gosh. I don't have much feedback about it other than like what I said about the vocals. Like, man, this is awesome, dude. This is freaking awesome. Man, dude, I'm sorry. I feel like all the feedback I have is dude. Like, it's such a good balance of clarity, of technicality, and man, it's just, there's such a good balance, guys. We are starting off strong. Oh my gosh.
Desconfigurar y ahora resulta que no quieres estar aquí cuando tú reglas seguí pa' que no te vayas de mí. Así que gracias, te agradezco tu amor temporal. Vivo en un infierno, fue el cielo un disfraz. El tiempo es un espejo, no sé qué es lo que quiero. Por más que quiera no lo puedo negar. Me haces mal, te quiero más.
The only other thing about this transition that I would change is have some kind of element that's in this part bleed a little in. So like a vamping up guitar to kind of like ease in, so the guitar is not like necessarily just coming out of nowhere. So like, again, borrow some of these parts and drag them over here. But man, this is so good.
Quiero seguir siendo tu baby, maybe me estoy sobrepasando and I'm sorry. Call me crazy, esperando que te des cuenta que no hay nadie como yo superando tus pruebas. Quiero seguir siendo tu baby, maybe ya me has olvidado and I'm sorry. I've been late, esperando que te des cuenta que eres una falsa diosa, sombra perfecta. Quiero más.
Oh, dude, the vocoder?
Quiero seguir siendo tu baby, maybe me estoy sobrepasando and I'm sorry. Call me crazy.
I feel like we're starting off so strong that I feel like those reactors on YouTube Shorts that just don't do anything. They're just like that's how I feel, because like again, I really don't have like anything to say, like especially this this last chorus. Like I've shown the song energy diagram millions of times on here. Like that final chorus really feels like the climax of where we're going. It feels like everything that we've built up to pays off, and it's not just like another copy and pasted part here at the end. Like it's a true final bit of energy, and it works so well, man. Oh my gosh.
Esperando que te des cuenta que no hay nadie como yo superando tus pruebas. Quiero seguir siendo tu baby, maybe ya me has olvidado and I'm sorry. I've been late, esperando que te des cuenta que eres una fuerza diosa, sombra imperfecta.
Man, what a way to kick it off, guys. Holy smokes. Dude, so good. I really don't have any feedback. Like you got it. My only feedback, release it. But great job as always, Diego. Very, very good job. Claps off in the chat. All right, next song. Save Me. So that's the Logic file. Let me refresh to see if. All right, so my Save Me friend, the person who uploaded that, just leave a thing in the chat letting me know when you have re-uploaded it. And then I'm gonna move on to the next song, and then we'll go back to that one, which is, oh my gosh, I can't even read my handwriting. Static. Okay. Just released this song last month under my indie rock band, The Cabriolets. I used lots of elements from your indie producer pack. Oh, heck yeah. Thank you so much for listening and providing so many resources for aspiring producers and songwriters. Well, that means a lot to hear. Thank you. That's all I want to do. All right, let's take a listen. Ooh. I love the structure of this so much. It's such a culmination of like the things that I love about indie. I have two really, really small critiques so far with this. One, I would double check your vocal, either your like input gain or the total volume of it. There's just parts where it's clipping. I know it's like a distorted preset, but the level of it, I can hear like this kind of unpleasant static that's being pushed a little. And then two, just a little more room for the drums to breathe. You might have to adjust like the kick drum on the preset itself, just to be a little bit louder. Because you're just losing a little bit of the kick drum with the mix. But I really, really like the structure and where it's going. It reminds me a lot of I'm a big Harry Styles fan. It's very like Harry's House-esque. So really, really digging it so far. I don't know what this noise is in the background. Hold on. there's some noise in the background that is just like a wall of static. I obviously the song is called Static, but there's this sound in the background, man, and it layers in there so cool. It's like a little eerie. It's really, really cool. This is a really dope song. Yeah, production wise, like it's like quintessential, right? Quintessential, is that the right word? Guys, you know I'm not smart. I'm sorry. Um, but it's like this is indie pop. Like it's so good. What a good hook. Man, let's keep listening. You guys are really bringing it. I'm really enjoying these so far.
Today and tomorrow, I still have a dream. I have a dream.
Dog, and you're sampling Martin Luther King Jr. Let's go, dude. Hell yeah. Yeah, what I love so far about this song and the past song again from Diego, the structures are so interesting. I feel like in my song specifically, I've been kind of in just like a structure slump where I'm kind of doing the same thing just over and over again. I love how much different stuff is in here. Like it doesn't feel copy and pasted. It feels like just refreshing, and it feels clever, but not in like the cheesy sense of clever. Like it feels crafted, I guess is a better word I was trying to use there. I love it. It's really well thought out so far. Man, this is so good. Guys, I'm sorry. You're bringing it. I don't know what else to say. You're bringing it.
I just want to hear that sound, stretching the antenna out. The white noise fills my head down. Should have thrown it all away, 'cause I'm shouldering the weight, and I'm so afraid the road ahead is not the way.
The only thing I would recommend, and this is like you don't have to do this, it's such a minor thing. Some of those vocals, because like everything sounds like it's being ran through some kind of distortion, right? It'd be nice to have those background vocals just a little like make some duplicates of those clean, push those a little harder left and right, and just letting them barely cut through all the static and all the noise. That way it just creates a little more depth, and we're not just all like thrown into this distortion hole. Those vocals can just peek out a little bit, and you could do the same with the lead as well. Just have it quiet enough to where it barely peeks out through the instrumental, but it creates this sense of space. So that's like the only thing that I would really change about the choruses, or really mostly anything in the song, and the volume gain clipping just a little bit. But man, this is so good. I can't stop saying it's so good. The only other thing, just for chorus 3, I personally would add some kind of like higher synth element that peaks out through the top of it, just like a like just something that like really, really peaks through the top. Just to add kind of like that cinematic final last chorus, right? Just to differ it from, you know, the chorus that comes before it. Because right now it feels like all the choruses are kind of on the same energy level, which can be fine. But in a structure like this, that's like really, really, really driving, I feel like it would be good to add, you know, that last little layer there at the end, just to separate it a little bit. Guitar tone reminds me of a box of Kraft mac and cheese I had 7 years ago, Picasso. All right. Wow. The people love your work. Reminds them of not even mac and cheese. Like, is it the box specifically of Kraft mac and cheese, or is it Kraft mac and cheese itself? What's reminiscent? All right. And one super minor last thing. I would change up these last vocals, and this is something I'm so lazy at doing. I never do this because I'm just lazy and I need to do it. But just changing up the vocals at the end to be a little more reflective of specifically the end, because as we end out of here, that like breathiness, it still feels like it's part of a full-blown chorus that's going. Rather just like recording something specifically for the outro that like kind of works with the softness, kind of works with things dying down. But other than that, man, this is really, really, really solid. Oh, great, we have a follow-up to the mac and cheese thing. The way the box smells and the way the microwave fan is on to collect the steam. Also, ignore me. I have no idea what I'm talking about. All right. Hey, look, I'm not express yourself. I'm full in support of your expression here, my friend. All right. So now we can go to save me. Hey, Trev, wanted to say I really appreciate your videos. It has helped me get back into creating music here in the past 6 months. This is one of my first tracks I put together from 4 to 5 years ago. I've added small things here and there, but I'm stuck on the lyric side of things. There's a piano that is acting as a placeholder from the vocal melody. I think I have that figured out. Just stuck on the lyrics. I would love any thoughts in that area. Thank you so much again. And then you gave me a little right back at you, partner. All right, let's take a listen to Save Me. The sound design is really cool, but by the second half of it, I would incorporate another layer to kind of move us instead of just repeating the same elements. Something that kind of just like works its way through, almost like violinish, not a violin, but the way a violin moves. So like some kind of synth that kind of just like peeks its head in and out of things, just to, you know, kind of get the idea moving a little more. I know where you stand, silent in the trees, and that's where I am. So again, same thing like I mentioned here, because I think a really prominent thing about production is you want to make sure that you're telling a story with the music, right? Right now, yeah, there's a story to tell with the music, but we're in the same spot for a while. I feel like it needs to start developing more um, musically. And you had a really good atmosphere that you built here, and we now have like none of that atmosphere throughout this part. And so far, we've been in this part longer than this atmospheric part, right? So I would really start to build up the song right about now, just so you give a listener insight to where we're going, right? Yeah, again, we're just kind of in the same area. Kabarza, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Only these 5 songs will get feedback today. No, we're rolling for probably like 2 hours tonight. We're just doing the first 5 at a time, and then after these 5, I'll ask for the next 5. Something else as well, be careful with your piano velocities, especially on the chords, because right now it just sounds like all the new chords are the same velocity. So they sound like they have all the same hit, which makes them sound like MIDI. A good way to break that, go in there, adjust each velocity. You can even do it randomly within like kind of the same group. So like, max velocity you can do is 127. Program these velocities from like 80 to, 105 or something like that. Just to give more variation and a human feel to this, because it's feeling really, really static and really MIDI. And that in conjunction to a structure that doesn't really feel like it's moving anywhere, that could be why, this song is from 4 to 5 years ago and is still kind of getting worked on. Like it needs to be developed further. There needs to be more story to tell here. And the thing is too, like your structure itself is like great. It has variation. It goes to different places. It's just we need to build the atmosphere. We need to build more of a song. Again, same thing with this buildup. Those drums sound super, super just sterile. I'm assuming that it's the actual sound selection, because I hear like the velocity getting louder and louder and louder, right? But because the sounds themselves might be a little too static, it feels that way. And again, about this buildup part, like if I go here, all that sound back there, we're in a different song than where we are here. It almost feels like this section here in the beginning was very thought about and considered with the sound selection and the environment that builds and the sound design, and then kind of got disregarded for the rest of the song. So I'd love to hear more of, you know, these sounds throughout this. Again, I would start adding more layers to the second half of this so we build somewhere. It's all about transitional pieces of where we're going in the song, right? This just feels like we're in section by section at a time. Sound design is so hard, my Lanta. It's not. It's not hard. I promise. Because I've talked about this before. I've become friends with the drummer from Flip Turn. His name is Devin, and he me and him were here at my house, and we were just goofing around making music, and he showed me, because his productions that he has are so intricate and there's so much sound going on. Because, like, again, I'm a big Paul Meany fan. He is also a big Paul Meany fan. We love Mute Math, we love 21 Pilots, we love that kind of sound. And his productions that he showed me has all this weird sounds in it, and I'm like, what is this? I don't understand what is happening. Why, like, how you craft these sounds. And he literally will just loop tape delay on end and build environments and make all these random sounds and just like find places for them. So yeah, sound design is hard, but it's also not, because we just have to kind of open our horizon from just, you know, putting in a MIDI note or singing a vocal part or doing this or doing that. Like, it's things, it's thinking outside of the box. As much as I hate saying that, it is. It's just using your DAW in a non-traditional way. I will be doing a video on that very soon. But yeah, let's keep going. I'm gonna recommend something too, and I'm totally just guessing this. I think part of the reason that this isn't finished as well, one, it's almost 6 minutes long. There's no words. There's not much production going on. I think you just have a bunch of sounds, and you know, you're kind of letting the sounds guide the way when you need to intervene and be like, okay, no, this is where I want the song to go. And I think you would have a much better time writing this out if this were shrunken down to like 3.5 minutes, because now you have just this huge landscape that you have to, or that you think you have to fill for, and that's overwhelming. Whereas if you just started with something shorter, just to get used to finishing something instead of this monumental 6-minute landscape to get over, I think that might be easier. So I would try to work a little more with like your time restrictions, your limitations there, because I think it would really help you finish songs a lot faster. And just finish it. It's okay if it doesn't sound great. It's okay if it's not where you want it to be. The only way that we can finish something and get used to that feeling is just by getting over it. So that's what I would recommend, just in total, in general. Oh, that pissed me off. I thought it was gonna be the release finally. This is musical edging, is what it is. And I feel like with a 6-minute song, you can only musically edge so much. We got to get some kind of release here soon. Like I think it would have been so much smarter to just go for it and just really, really open up. Yeah, it's an anti-drop. That's exactly what it is. And as a listener, you want to be careful with how much you play that into, because again, music is not, you should be making music for yourself. I think it's okay to make music for other people, but you do have to like consider your audience a little bit, and you do have to consider your listener. If you're going to make them sit through a 6-minute song and there's no payoff as I'm, 4 minutes deep into this song, a listener's not really going to want to, stick around for that. But again, the player is the first listener, so do what you like, but just some things to think about. That's all. Are you doing another build-up? You better pay it off in 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. All right. At least you did that. So your bass is being played like super, super high. We have this really deep bass presence here, but then as soon as everything kicked in, we lost it because you shifted the bass from, I know it's a MIDI bass, but you shifted it from low on the fretboard to super high on the fretboard to now we lost like the impact of it. So yeah, it dropped, but you took away my bass. You're edging me at this point. You're making fun of me at this point. But in all seriousness, yeah, like we're losing that impact. Yeah, I would focus on like if you're just wanting to get used to finishing songs again. I know this is from years ago. Just focus on finishing shorter songs. If it's like a minute and a half to like 2 minutes, to me, a finished 2-minute song is not that it's better than a 6-minute song per se, but we want to be a little more purposeful with this, I think, because it feels structured. So I would be a little more intentional about where we're going with the story, right? And something too I want you to consider is contrast as well. Those synths, they're very retro, very NES, which works, but they're very, very nasally. We don't have a lot of elements that really contrast from that sound. So that sound almost feels a little isolating to where it's just like taking over everything else. So we want more elements in there to help supply that. It's almost like we're justifying that sound. And that comes from, deeper bass, more synths in a lower register, being a little more present maybe with the piano, some sound design, just a little more to support. And like I said, justify that main synth that's just so specific and so prominent in there. I hope that makes sense. Oh, end the song already. Stop. We don't need to go through that again. Just yeah, the main thing I would work on, again, focus on, and it's not about being shorter for the sake of being shorter. Like I hate the TikTokification of music, if you will. That music has to be, shorter. Things are only focused on the hook now, and whatever. Who cares about all of that? Um, but yeah, I think you need to get a little more purposeful with your structures and developing the ideas out a little more before producing it, if that makes sense. So like for you, what I would recommend, if you're okay with me diagnosing, finishing more songs, just focus on writing songs with two elements: vocal and something to play chords on. So you have melody and chords, and get really, really solid at that. Fully writing the song and then producing it versus building out the production, because it's a lot harder to try to write to a production. At least if you're not comfortable with finishing songs and with producing songs. Like once you get comfortable with that, then yeah, produce a song, then write something to it. Cause that's what I do, but it's a different level of comfort, I feel. So I hope that makes sense. Not me having a 130 song. It's okay. I like the shorter songs, guys. But great job. Appreciate you submitting, my friend. I hope I wasn't too mean. I wasn't trying to be mean, guys. I'm just trying to. Okay, Diego, not me producing first, then I write. Diego, your music works that way. It's all about what works for us. There's not a right or wrong thing to do. It's just a matter of what we're comfortable with first. If we're not comfortable with finishing songs, then we need to focus more on the writing and the structure. If we're comfortable with that, but we're not comfortable with the production, then obviously vice versa. Yeah, it all just depends. All right, so next song on the list is, oh, why did I not write that? I think it's this one. Oh, there's two. This one has a comment on it, so I'll click on. Yeah, but this one's 5 megabytes and this one's 43. Which one do I click on? One's 236 and one's. Oh, is it this one? The parentheses? Is that what you mean? Okay. All right, let's take a listen. So we have this song, then we have another song, and then after that, I'll ask for the next 5 songs. For those of you just joining, don't ask to play your songs right now. Here, let me make the. Here we go. Don't ask for your song to be played right now. The way it works, we choose 5 songs at a time. Once I'm ready for the next batch of songs, that's when I'll ask, and we try to work on a system of fairness. Oh, and Icarus, you said do the one that says this one. Okay, got it. Hey man, just wanted to say that I really admire your work. Appreciate that, Caleb. Thank you. I know the music I make is a bit different from your style, but you've taught me so much about production over the years and opened my mind to tons of genres and recording techniques. I seriously wouldn't be the artist that I am today without your videos. Wow, that is really, really kind. Thank you. Thank you for taking the time to review my track, and I wish you nothing but the best in everything you do. I wish you nothing but the best in everything you do, my friend. Let's take a listen.
Sand runs down the hourglass, I'll tell you what my time is worth. Weekends, time and a half, I make my calculations work, I'm tired. And life is full of censored words, can't sleep sweet. Good morning from all these morning birds. Wanna be a part of something that outlives me. I
love it. The only feedback I have so far is the vocals are a little too crispy compared to the track. I would tone those down as far as the processing goes a little bit. The flow and everything is really, really well done. Just the vocals are a little too crispy. They're a little too compressed. Um, so they contrast a little too hard with the track. It feels like you're rapping over the track versus rapping with the track. And I think you're wanting the second. But yeah, this is really sick so far.
My due diligence and pray they take me seriously. Set up these punchlines, knock them down, I'm on a killing spree. Suicide for ride or dies, becoming probabilities. What you want me to see, I already know.
For this part, what it sounds like, I'm gonna make a total guess here. And actually, guys, it's everyone's favorite time of the evening. Hold on. Let me clear it out real quick. Anytime with my production students, I get to break out the whiteboard. Is a great time. I love the whiteboard so much. Here we have a whiteboard. It is kind of Mac Miller. It is like kind of earlier Mac Miller, like the kids era Mac Miller. So something, what it sounds like. So let's say that we have, your song structure, verse, we have the chorus here, verse, chorus, and so on and so forth. I've seen this a lot with my production students when we're starting out, and I want to provide a solution. We have a vocal track here, and what I see a lot of my students do is they'll record, sure, in sections, but they'll do everything on the same vocal track. So like they have their, everything here, and they have to like adjust all this to work. Where I would recommend instead doing a verse vocal and like chorus vocals. So that way you can treat the vocal to the section. So these verse vocals, they just fall in line to the verse. And the chorus vocals, they feel a little separate. Because what this feels like, and I'm just assuming, it feels like the main part in the chorus that's standing out is the same vocal track for the verse. Like it doesn't feel too different enough. So I would try to separate them. That way you can treat the vocal to the section instead of just trying to make the vocal work for the whole song. Because I think that this part just blends a little too much with the verse. It doesn't feel like there's enough of that separation. Because like what I love about the Mac Miller thing, if that is the vibe you're going for, huge Mac Miller fan here, by the way. Thanks to my wife. My wife is the one who introduced me to Mac, and his work means a lot to me. But the way that he gets that separation is during those choruses, during those times of separation, he's layering vocals and he's treating them to the section of the song versus just trying to make one vocal work for the entire song. So hope that made sense. Oh, we gotta love the whiteboard moment. Hell yeah. I love the whiteboard moments too.
What you want me to be, I can't let go.
Because yeah, if you treat that vocal separately, because that vocal can be a little tighter. Let's be honest here. The vocal could be a little tighter. If you have it on a new track, you can tune it a little harder. You can pair it with a lot more vocals and do the Mac. Like you could do like all of that kind of stuff and just have more fun with it and not be just locked to a single track to do these things, right? I really like the track though.
Scratch that. I'll move into the atmosphere, puffing on these clouds. I'm always prone to disappear.
Hell yeah, dude. Puffing on the clouds, dude? Hell yeah. Are you kidding me, dude? Puffing on the clouds. I'm sorry. I have to I'm sorry. That was immature of me. Please forgive me.
I'll never be your top 5. You're too busy with bottom lies. I'm living with a spotless mind. Too busy with your mind's eye. So you don't mind if I try to take you from here.
Some other like stronger vocal doubles throughout the rap would be cool too. Another whiteboard moment, guys. Oh crap, not that one. Like if you have your main vocal here centered, we'll just call it main vocal. This is left, this is right, and then this is like, our volume. So the max volume that we'll have our vocals at, and then the low volume. To have some other vocals here, like just really dry. Yeah, two whiteboard moments. My pen vape drag looked legit. Yeah, I wonder why, dog. I'm a method actor. But yeah, just like having two dry vocals to just kind of like assist with some of the wordplay and assist with some of the doubles. Like don't double it the whole way through, but have some that weaves in and out. I feel like would be a really, really cool sort of Mac thing to do, just to make the vocals more interesting and not just, a single take feel all the way through, if that makes sense.
Hope that I make myself clear what you want me to see.
Forget Ableton. I'm doing all my tracks onto whiteboard from now on. Hell yeah.
I already know what you want me to be. I can't let go.
You did not just end that track with a clip. Unbelievable. What the hell? But yeah, overall, like I said, just some more work on the vocal production, I think would really, really take this song to another level. Just vocals, octaves, sorry, not vocal, doubles, octaves, some harmonies. WWMD. What would Mac do? That I think is your guiding light for a track like this. And the only other thing, I would add some other movement throughout the instrumental as well. Like some synths, like a like just some like really weird off the wall things that come out here and there, because you don't want to just feel like you're in the same spot for 2 minutes, because it sort of being in the same spot for the whole song and not feeling a sense of progression. I mean, you do it occasionally, like when you drop the vocals out, but it can make a 2-minute song feel like a 5-minute song sometimes. But great job. I hope that was helpful. Guys, my brain is not working. I'm so sorry. I literally just exported it. Don't flame me. I'll flame you if I want. It's feedback. It's not comfort time. It's discomfort time. All right. And then the last of the 5 before I call on the next 5 is Patiently Wait. Here we go. Let's take a listen.
Patiently wait for the rain to come down, or do I sit here and pray for the sun to come out? Well, either way.
Same thing with not the last one, but the one before. I don't know what is coming here. And that's okay. I don't need to know. But it would be cool to have some hints of what's coming up, lead us throughout the production, and to naturally build up a little, tease what's to come, give us a hint to where we go. It's guys, you're not gonna believe it. It's another whiteboard moment. It is whiteboard summer. Anyway, how I would look at transitions and all of that. And this is really helping me out with my transitions because I used to suck at like directing where a song needs to go. Maybe I still do suck. I don't know. But the natural thing for most people to do is kind of record part by part, section by section. Meaning that, you know, we have this intro here, then we just have the next part, the verse, then we have the chorus, and so on and so forth, right? Something we can do is, like I said, borrow elements that are coming up and naturally ramp into. So that way we always have somewhere to go. Whether we're getting louder, whether we're getting to a part with more energy, or whether we're coming from a part with higher energy to somewhere with lower energy. The comparison that I make is, you know, let's say that this is like a scene in a movie. Disregard this. So let's say this is a scene in the movie. We have a horror movie. We have our main character scared in a room alone. And then all of a sudden it's a jump cut. There's no like suspension or anything. Then we have the killer in the room with the main character and it's all crazy. We need that foreshadowing, you know, the steps, the peek behind the curtain, the suspense that gets us to the part where these two characters are now together. So that's how I would think of like production and transitions and elements in that regard. I hope that makes sense. I'm just rambling at this point.
Seasons still change, no matter if I'm afraid. They always say that you'll find your place.
Yeah, really, really, really nice voice to this. It's everything feels so delicate. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what you could do in here to make this feel a little more natural as a transition. Like I like the drop off, but I feel like it just needs a little bit of something because like there's a tone on your vocal here.
They say that you'll find your place.
Like that background reverb that's in there, I feel like you can like just bounce the reverb, stretch it, modulate it, do something and like sprinkle it in here just so it sits in the background and it's like building up in the background. I feel like would be kind of cool. But no, this is really nice so far.
Now what can I say?
Ooh.
Makes everything okay. Well, either way, seasons still change, no matter if I'm afraid. Yes, I'm sorry, I didn't realize. I just need some more time on this ride. Never knowing who's going or coming. Is that just part of what's gonna happen? Don't wanna see my friends grow old just yet.
So during this, I think what's nice about it and what I think is really carrying it is the fact that we have these very present guitars that are physically playing harder, right? So that's giving us more energy there. I think what would be really helpful as well is maybe just to add like 1 to 2 new layers of like tambourines or a shaker or some like auxiliary percussion element to kind of let us know that we're in a different part of the song because right now we're kind of relying on the guitars to carry the energy. Obviously the vocals too, but we want the vocals to assist the track. Because they feel like they belong, but the track is sort of feeling here while everything else is starting to ramp up a little. So just something to consider. That's all. But this, like I said, this is really, really solid so far.
But it's a part of the deal.
Yeah, someone said piano or Rhodes. I agree. Just having like a nice dash of color with like a higher, um, higher up in the keys Rhodes to sprinkle, because I think your mid and your lower frequencies are like well taken care of. The only thing that's really standing out in the high range, which again, you don't always need to cover all the frequency bases. There's no, rules for this stuff. But I think, yeah, like a higher Rhodes would be like a nice little like a really dreamy, think like Alabama Shakes, think like Ray LaMontagne, like that kind of higher dreamy Rhodes sound. I think would fit really, really nicely as a little bit of contrast. Whoever mentioned that, good thinking. Feeding America staff is here. Heck yeah. Thank you. Thank you for what you do as a staff member. It's awesome. I went to not to like virtue signal or anything like that. I recently went to volunteer and I'm doing like Wednesdays now. And you guys work hard. You guys work really, really hard. And the Feeding America staff that I've met have all been like they really, really care about their jobs. So thank you for what you do. My staff member here in the chat. That's awesome. So thank you.
Yes, I'm sorry, I didn't realize. I just need some more time on this ride. Never knowing who's going or coming. Is that just part of what's gonna happen? Don't wanna see my friends grow old just yet, but it's a part of the deal.
Yeah, I would figure out how you can kind of like build this part up here. Thanks, dude, for donating. Heck yeah. But yeah, part of this section here, you're kind of just swapping back and forth, kind of in the same section, and then we feel the energy difference here when it drops out a little. I would really find something to ramp that up, whether it's like just some kind of like spatial effects you can do, whether it's additional instrument, whatever it may be. But yeah, let's keep going.
How do we know if we're doing it right? Gotta get up and go. Can't keep wasting all this time. Just need to let it all unfold. Take the dog on a walk and calm my mind.
Good thing I let Buster out when good thing I let Buster out when you said walking the dog. Otherwise he'd be zipping right now.
'Cause no matter how much I think, nothing's gonna change. The seasons from changing. The seasons from changing.
Yeah, really strong song. I think just adding a little more variation throughout, because like I said before, the only two things that vary and differ in energy is the acoustic guitar and the vocal. We need kind of more of the elements to be following that energy difference. It could be as simple as changing the drums from going on the hi-hat over to the ride. It could be just adding a few more layers, like we talked about the electric piano sound. Yeah, just a little more variation, because this is a really, really sweet sounding song. I dig it. Great job with it. And now, ladies and germs, it is time for the next 5 songs. So in the chat, write out your song. And I'm going to write down the first 5 that I see. Great job to everybody so far, by the way. It's awesome that you guys can be here. For those of you just joining us, we are raising money for Feeding America. You know, hunger is not really something that should exist, not to be like too socio-political about things. But, you know, our people in power are not going to do anything to help. So it is up to us, citizens, neighbors, friends, family members to help fight hunger. So there is a donation link right below the chat box. You can donate directly to. Our goal is $1,000. I don't know what we are up to now, but I do appreciate everyone that has joined, donated, and all that so far. So thank you guys. But let's go ahead. I'm going to scroll up. If we don't get to yours, by the way, I am sorry. I do plan on doing more of these. I'm actually going to maybe next month reopen up the YouTube channel memberships. I was just too overwhelmed before with doing it. So I think I'm going to do the feedback on your music streams there on the channel membership, but stick around for that. I'm not worried about that right now. All right, so first one is Tofino. Then we have Drift. Even if you talk. Finny Bass. And then Antoine Try. All right, and those are the next 5 that we are doing. And thank you for... I smell like odor. What? Is that the name of your song? That's crazy if that's the name of your song. But thank you to whoever just donated $5. I appreciate that. But let's just get back into it, guys. So we're going to take it back with... Oh, yeah. Tofino. It's the Tofino? What is the Tofino? What does that mean? Does that mean something bad? Am I saying something bad? Guys, please don't put bad words in other languages. All right, this is one of a few songs I have out, and I have since taken a break from recording, but want to get back into releasing music. Perfectionism has been a big issue for me, not releasing, especially because I produce the whole song myself too, and get way too hung up on all the elements, even though perfect music is impossible and I have a lot to learn. Thank you for taking the time to connect with small artists like us. I appreciate any feedback. Cheers. Guys, real quick, can I speak to you all about perfectionism real quick? I feel really depleted of art. I feel like it's hard to get to right now because anytime I go onto YouTube or Instagram or whatever to find good art, it's just a bunch of AI slop. Not to make this like an AI argument, but the imperfection part is like what people are really craving right now. Because if I'm craving that, other people are. It's not going to get as many views as some stuff will, but just put your art out. It's, I don't know. There's this weird pressure I feel like right now, and it's with my students that I talk to in my production boot camp. Sometimes I have calls with people just, you know, who reach out to me and we talk about this. And the only way to get over perfectionism before you release something is just to put it out. Okay, it's not going to be perfect. You can't keep waiting for the right moment or the right opportunity to release something or to put it out, because there is never a right time. It's like getting a dog. There's never a right time to get a dog. There's never a right time to go on vacation. There's never a right time to have a family. There's never a right time to move somewhere. You just have to do it. Otherwise, you're not going to do it. So, and at the same time, the more you do something, the more you will get comfortable with doing it. So sure, if you don't release a lot of music, you're not going to be comfortable with releasing music, but you just have to do it at some point and just let it go. So that is all. Just want to share that. Let's take a listen to the Tofino Master. Gonna love this. Holy smokes, hold on. Phrase Beats just donated $50. Holy smokes, dude. Thank you. Thank you so much. My goodness. That's crazy. Thank you.
Sitting in the train, thinking on the sins. Head out to Tofino, cause I never been. Hoping I have cash for the end of the summer. Broke in the shades, I pretend to be stunner. I don't need wheels, baby, you give me the spins. Shivering my neck, feels like needles mixed with pins, baby. Hoping that you stay, cause for once.
The fact that you're producing this well and perfectionism is a big issue for you right now with not releasing. Release this shit, please. This is really good, dude. This is really, really good.
I'm not running, pulling on my strings like you when you need a drummer. Spent the first 8 months wondering where you are.
Thank you, Sock Monkey Racer, for donating $5. Guys, you're bringing it with the donations right now. That's awesome. Thank you.
Bottle up my fears in this jar, shift through gears in my car. Need you sit shotgun for me. And I can give you everything, you better take it all. I can move away, catch you when you fall. Hardest part is always
This moves really, really well. I think it'd be cool to add, the beat that was here, but like a lo-fi version of it that's like underneath all of this to kind of lead us in, because I'm assuming that we're going back into the beat here. Just to split up kind of this section because of how well your sections have been moving so far. It'd be nice to have something that splits that up just a little bit. But man, tonally, super, super good.
soaking up the confidence. Compliments that slow me right down to a crawl. I'm so used to actions having consequences. Train, thinking on my sins. Head out to Tofino, cause I never been. Hoping I can.
Guys, I think the 808s need to be louder. I don't know what you think. But yeah, I feel like we're getting a good kick present, but I feel like that 808 can really fill up some more of that low end space because you have so much shine with your acoustic guitars and your hi-hats, and your vocal also has a lot of shine to it that I think it would feel nice to have a little more presence of that low end. So like you could stack 808s, you can just turn it up a little more. But no, I'm digging it, man.
Talking to all my old friends, I can go for miles and miles. I'm a super soldier.
I think it'd be a cool choice to add like a little more spatial reverb to your vocals here to kind of like fill up the environment a little more. Because since you have so many instruments that drop out here, I feel like you're losing a lot of that space, which we don't always have to occupy that space. That's not what I'm getting at. Rather, I think having big spatial reverb on your vocals during this part, and the reverb itself being more like an instrument versus like an effect that you put on your voice, I think would be a really, really nice touch on this part.
And we all want closure for the things in our past we consider sin. When I lack direction, I could put a pin in the map from your mouth. Should it lead me in, sitting in the train, thinking on the sins.
Ooh, okay.
I've never been, hoping I've cash for the end of the summer. Broke in the shades, I pretend to be stunning. I don't need wheels, baby, you give me the spins.
I would add more like a more realistic room reverb to those strings because they are a little sterile, especially as the note changes happen. You know, holds out a note, then it goes to the next note. That little space in between makes it feel sterile. So adding some, like I said, more realistic room reverb, I think would be really nice. I've been really digging Subtle Spaces from Fine Classics plugins. That guy's incredible. My boy at Fine Classics there. It's one guy. He's doing it all. Crazy. But something to fill that space a little more is what I would recommend there. Yeah, that was nice, man. I stop with the perfectionism stuff. Please put this out. It's good. I promise. It's really good. Yeah, don't let yourself hold you back because you have talent. Like I would really put this out sooner than later. Great job, man. And thank you to Anonymous who donated €8. Wow, guys, they're not even in America and they're helping us out. Thank you to our European allies. Oh, that's not euro, that's a pound. I'm stupid. It is out. Okay. Then what was all that little thing that you said about it not being out or perfectionism keeping it from being out? Maybe I misread. I'm sorry. But really good job. Let's move on to the next track, which is Drift. Drift Vokes 1, 2, 4, 4, 8. This is just a rough mix of my sessions, so the balance is off and muddy. Aww. I'm just kidding. All over the place with many recording imperfections. Would appreciate any thoughts you have on the composition and songwriting. Much love, Trev and chat. All right, let's go. Guys, holy shit, those vocals were so... I wasn't expecting that. That was...
Give it up for a day. What I would do to feel something again. I'm caught adrift and when and ifs. What I would do to feel something again. Something again. Give it up.
Holy smokes, was anyone else expecting that? Dude, I did not know the timing. So when that shuffle came in, that's not at all what I expected. That was crazy. I would just peek a little more, again, second half stuff. Like I would just find some little background areas to really just start to let us know where we're going. And then, yeah, drop out there and come in with that. Man, that was crazy. It went from feeling like Khalid to feeling like hers. That's crazy. You might have a little too much low end in your vocal. I would just cut a little bit of that out. Not a lot because like, man, your vocal is so smooth. That is such a pleasant sounding vocal. But since we don't really have a bass presence here, which is okay, we don't have to have a bass here. But because of how much low end tone is in your vocal, that's kind of where we're relying on the low end from. And, you know, not saying it's a right or wrong thing. It's just be careful with that because, you know, we could start to lose your vocal a little bit. Yeah, let's keep going.
You're close to me. You're really mine as we dance in the rain. I've left it all on the floor. Know that I'm trying in vain. I'd love to see a day where we forgot what I do just to feel it again. All over again.
Yeah, I would get that bass louder in there. Because I feel like you're the low end of your vocal is what is the main force of the low end, and we want to kind of get away from that. I struggle mixing my vocals, so any advice would be helpful. Yeah, I mean, I think there's not a lot that you need to do. I mean, I think if you just put a low cut on there, I'm not going to tell you what number to put it on. That's for you to figure out. But yeah, there's not really much you have to do to like clean it up to the track specifically. Guys, are you ready for another whiteboard moment? Here's a way that I look at you know, completing the frequency spectrum of things and how I can make sure that I have kind of like all areas covered for. So let's say that this is like, you know, 20 hertz, you know, the lowest that we really can go. And then this is 20K hertz. So the way I would look at it is, you know, we have drums, we have bass, we have guitars, synths, and vocals, right? So when we think about drums, you know, what frequency space, excuse me, I'm burpy. I had leftover Thanksgiving stuff. You know, what frequencies do drums take up? Drums take up a lot because, you know, we have the lowness of kicks and toms and some of the snare. We have the mid-range of our toms, snare, and we have the high end of cymbals, hi-hats, some of the snare crackles, some of the top of the drums, right? So, you know, drums make up a lot of that space there, okay? Then we have a bass. You know, when we think about the characteristics of bass, what areas does it take up? You know, it takes up the low end, takes up some mids, takes up, you know, some mid highs, doesn't really shine that much through the high end usually. This is just a quick representation. Then we have guitars. You know, what area of the frequency spectrum do guitars take up? You know, not a lot of low end, some lower mids maybe. Although in this song, they're kind of focused on the mid to sort of highs up here. Okay, don't really have synths. And then our vocals, and here's where things are starting to get a little tricky. Our vocals are really low end focus, so they kind of dip here, and they also got that high end crispness. So we just need to fix this vocal area and push it up a little more, and then find some more opportunities in areas that are lacking. So like with the synth for say, or actually let me clean up this vocal real quick. So, you know, get the vocal a little more oriented here. And then we have all this area of opportunity to put different parts of synths. But the most important thing is that we want that overlap between these different elements. We don't want to isolate them into certain frequency spots. Otherwise, we isolate them. So yeah, just roll some of the low end off the vocals. They'll fit a lot better in there. They sound good. Not much you really have to do with mixing with them. But I would just think about kind of like a frequency chart to make sure that, you know, oh, I have these areas of opportunity that could be filled in certain sections. Anyway, let's keep going. Man, this is nice. I know you said that you wanted my thoughts on like composition and songwriting. Like I'm honestly just getting really lost with it in a good way. In a good way, by the way. It's really just put me at ease. I really, really enjoy this. I'm gonna let this keep playing, guys. I have to pee so bad right now. So I'm gonna let this keep playing and I'll be right back.
I cursed the sun
Sorry.
and all his friends. The love full of what ifs is all that remains. And what's the point of it all? And if I told you I'm sorry again, I wait a day, a century, even though I know that it won't end the same. I do it again.
Son of a bitch. Of course I leave and it completely changes up. What the hell happened? Let me back it up. I'm sorry, guys. I don't have a pause screen so I can go pee. I feel like you need some kind of other element to add a different space and texture. This feels like, you know who else this kind of feels like? Willis. I love Willis. But no, it works really, really well for like the band feel of just like a couple buddies getting around, making a song and existing as that. So you can go that route or you can go like a little more produced. Either way works to me. But adding that contrast and the switch up, hell yeah, dude, that was awesome. I love that. This part to me feels a little lost, which is good because again, the song is called Drift, right? But I think this part was the drift, and it looks like we're about to like, you know, gain back that momentum here. I would do that a little sooner because the more we drift and the longer we go, I don't know, you're kind of carrying a listener along just a little too much. Like we want to start reeling them back in, I think, which looks like is what you're about to do here. Another switch up? Hell yeah. That was awesome. I love that little ending bit. The instrumental breakdown was a way to take the song from 98 to 120. Still trying to figure out a way of doing that without taking too long. Yeah, I think no, I think yeah, just experiment with just getting there in a shorter amount of time. Like maybe have 4 or no, 2 bars of like emptiness that kind of ramp it up because I think that that's not going to be that much time for it to really get to where it needs to be at this tempo and still preserve a lot of the qualities there. Um, Experiment with it. I think it was pretty good. I really really enjoyed that a lot. It's yeah, just put my mind at ease. It was a nice little something different here. But great job. Let's move on to the next song, Ladies and Germs, which is Even If. Oh, wait, what? Even When You Talk? Could have sworn okay, maybe I was wrong. Tweaked arrangement. Uh-oh, we're going tweaker mode on this one. Been writing for years, but was always hitting wall with production, and I've been starting demoing again this year, and the best ones I pass on to a production friend. I have to mix and add some extra flair. Would love some feedback on this. Well, Harry Payne, you are in the right place, my friend.
Even if you want, you still feel the same. This won't ever change. Even when you're tired, you don't sound the same. This won't ever change. Don't you want it back? I heard you need it back. We'll take the money in a bucket in a fucking bag. Is that all you wanted? To be the one who bought it? Well, now the money's dry and can you keep yourself from trying? If you wanna live like them.
I love everything about this. I literally have one thing to say. Turn the drums up just a little bit. It seems like with the levels of everything, it seems like we're pushing headroom a lot. So I would make room for those drums to come up a little bit. But I love this, man. I love the tone of everything. I love the lyrics. I love the melody. I love the direction of where it's all going. No notes, my friend.
You don't have to keep secrets. You can just pretend.
Maybe a stronger bass presence as well, but I think it's not necessary to this because it's filling up a good space.
Like everybody leads a lie. You don't have to keep secrets, but you always try. If I would win and lose my train.
I could picture this being in like an Eternal Sunshine on a Spotless Mind type movie, right? Or some kind of Jim Carrey movie on a more serious note. That's where I hear it.
Far, keep up with the stars to guide me home, and then I would swim and reach your broken heart, and fix your parts. I found on the way. Even if you want, you still feel the same.
I would, from an arrangement standpoint, this is where I would add those drums back in. The part is obviously building up. Like we're obviously in a different energy section and it feels like there's more energy. But I think bringing the drums back in here would be a nice contrast because we didn't add the drums during the section in the first bit. So it'd be a nice contrast to bring it back. And plus we haven't had drums for a while during this section. So I just feel like naturally it would feel right to add them back there, if that makes sense.
This won't ever change, even when it's high. You don't sound the same. This won't ever change. Won't you stick around? Let's watch the sunset down. It's up to you to choose a better place, a bigger town. I'll leave it open-ended. Let's hope it's not offensive to all of those who went and sold their mother's art collection. If you wanna live like
Something else too, like on your master processing, I think you're just pumping a little too much in the limiter. Because right now, like once we hit that, I mean, again, you can see it with the visual representation here, but we want to make sure that we still have more of these dynamics even as things are picking up. So I'll just dial back the limiting just a little bit, because right now it's like everything is really, really feeling like it's getting squeezed, if that makes sense.
you don't have to keep secrets. You can just pretend like everybody's alive. You don't have to keep secrets, but you always try.
I'm really enjoying this though. I like this.
And if they would choose to pull the plug on you, let you loose to lighten the load, and the pilot's high, so be so very kind to yourself. It's good for your health.
On a fade out, let's go. Hell yeah. Yeah, no, I really, really enjoyed this. Yeah, other than like, again, like I said, the leveling, maybe a little stronger bass presence and then just not over limiting. I think it's like, yeah, it's where it needs to be. So really, really, really good job on that one. Finibus is the next, which I think what did someone say? It's a mixture of Phineas and what? You guys are so weird. Oh, Finny bass, not Finibus. Hey man, love your content, love all that you do, love the videos you make. This is like the opposite of that one Kendrick Drake diss where he's like, I hate the way that you talk, I hate the way that you walk, I hate the way that you wear clothes. This is like the exact opposite of it. Thank you. I've made leaps and bounds of progress from when I started, thanks to you. This is probably my favorite that I've done. Usually write more shoegaze, noisy rock, and I'd love to hear some feedback. Thanks, man. Haven't looked at this in a while, so it might be horrible, but we'll see. You guys are so hard on yourselves. Jeez. My bandmate Jaden showed me you, and I really owe him one. No vocals yet because I'm not there mentally yet. Perfectionism crap, but I feel better about it. I'll let you know. Oh, but if I feel better about it, feel free to roast me all you want. Oh, let's go, brother. Let's go. All right, Trent Reznor, pop off. So it's cool. It feels like a lo-fi intro. I don't know if like it picks up into more hi-fi grounds later as it goes on, but right here is where I would add like some kind of hi-fi element to like cut through the low fidelity aspect of it. I like the dirty weird sound though. Yeah, I would add a little more variation through this because it kind of feels like, again, without vocals, obviously, it's hard to kind of know where we are in a song or like without a melody. So we want to make sure that we're telling a story through the music, even if there wasn't any vocals here. Are we still telling a story? And right now, it starts off with a cool story. We have this weird sound, then we come in here and we're kind of in the same spot for a while, even with different playing. So just be a little mindful of that, I guess. Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, I think because of how abrasive this part is, not like abrasive in a bad way, but it's got some stank on it. I think you could get by with adding more hi-fi elements through here to really solidify this part that we're not waiting, that long to get to that part. But yeah, like I said, overall, cool sounds, but it's sections of cool sounds. Uh, I hope I make sense when I say like try to tell a story with just the instrumental and what that means to do that with transitional parts, hinting at other elements earlier on. So, we kind of have like a motif to look for, not a motif, but like teasing elements that happen later in the song. More of that, getting that in there. Otherwise, we're just moving section to section. Or even taking like that melody there, that guitar, and placing that in other sections too, like pitching it down or taking all the highs out and just like having kind of like a mid focus thing. Again, like finding these little, I guess motif is the right word for that, that you can place to let listeners kind of in on where we're going with this, right? Oh yeah, especially if we're going there. Like, yeah, so that's way too strong of a contrast. I'm not saying you can't do that, the programmed and the MIDI and the sound selection and all that, but listening to the first, where are we? We're 3 minutes in, and now we're finally getting elements that are like that far contrasting. So just something to be mindful of. And then we go back to very dark. So this last bit should be like a culmination of what the song's been needing, which is a lot of that high end, right? overall, that was fun. A lot of really cool sounds. But yeah, I would just try to add more fidelity, try to add more um, guides to where we're going with the production, right? But really, really good job. All right. Let's see if I can read my own handwriting. Oh, Antoine. Going with try here. Antoine says, Try is a song I made a few weeks ago. I wrote it because I feel like I've been drowning in a sea of uncertainty lately. I think we're all in the same boat there, brother. We're in this together. Everybody, we are all in this together. But I just turned 20 and I've been making music for about 11 years. This song I made to remind myself that I should keep trying. Damn straight. Real quick, I try not to use my eyes. I want to use my ears. There's a lot of frequencies being, well, not just frequencies, but there's a lot of leveling being pushed here, brother. I always get really, not skeptical, but when I see just like bricked dynamics is the right word. Guys, my brain is working on 2 mile an hour right now. But yeah, whenever I see like bricked leveling and lack of dynamics, it's hard to feel a story of a song going somewhere. So just something to be mindful of. How the hell do I restart this? Okay, here we go. Okay, what the hell? The weekend is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, man, this is so solid, Antoine. Dude, this is so sick. Just don't pump that much through leveling and through mastering. Like, let the dynamics breathe here. They're being pushed right now, and everything is just flat. When everything is flat, you don't have a lot of dynamics to work with. You don't have a lot of motion. This is such a solid production. I don't have anything to say about the production. Other than just the loudness of it. This is so solid, dude.
Like the echo of all of my fear. I don't know if I'm wasting time, writing lines just to feel alive.
I love the vocal layers to
Breathe
this.
and let it all collide. Maybe I'll find it in the night. So I try, even when the stars don't.
The only difference, I would add some kind of like really solid, brighter synth to separate the music from, the intro and the first verse and the pre-chorus here. Because right now, musically, it's all kind of just running the same. And that's something else that's like kind of hard too, is when you're pushing all those dynamics with that limiter like that, and everything is just like brick walled. You kind of lose the ability for some of those things to really shine through. So I would, like I said, dial back the limiting, add some kind of like brighter synth that really just cuts through and separates it from the previous part. Man, this is really, really solid though. The guitar over here on the left, I have this problem. All my guitars, the intonation is like super, super off. So just double check if you're going to have that guitar that loud to make sure that like your tuning and your intonation is all like good to go. I would bring that guitar down a little. I would take some of the highs of it out and I would add a little more reverb so it like blends in a little more with the track. Something that's like almost ping pongy, very 80s. It's moving, it's got depth to it, it's got motion. Otherwise it's kind of just like this flat guitar that sits off to the left-hand side a little bit. And here is exactly what I mean about like the leveling here. Sure, it sounds like we're in a different part, but the dynamics are still like pushed as hard as they can go. We want some more of that space so this part can feel a little more dynamic. It can feel a little more intimate, right? Ooh, that was nice. Over to the right. Oh, this is so good. This is so good. Yeah, I would bring that guitar down. Holy smokes, dude. Yeah, honestly, those two things I mentioned are like the only things that I would change or critique, really. This was so solid. Man, I'm sorry, I'm speechless. I don't have much else to say about that. So really, really good job. And thank you again to everybody who participated this evening. We're wrapping up the stream. Unfortunately, I'm a sleepy guy. But real quick, to everybody who has showed up to these streams, who has donated, we have a few days left to hit our goal. We have 2 days left to hit our goal. So if you know anybody who can donate and can support what we're doing here, you know, it'd be really, really awesome if you could share this with them. Not like this stream. No one's don't make someone sit through and watch this stream. But just aware of, you know, the money that we're raising here and what it's for and what we're trying to do. But thank you all so very much for the support. And there's a lot of lessons that I've learned about raising money and how we can do better or how I can do better next time in promoting things and providing clarity and all that. But, I don't know when the next stream is, because I did, you know, a few weeks in a row, mainly for stream. Like I said, I'm going to be launching the YouTube channel memberships again, where we will be doing feedback on your music live streams inside of there, hanging out live streams and stuff like that. But that's for another time. For now, I feel really, really grateful for this community. I hope you guys feel proud of what we're doing here and the money that we're raising and what it's going to. So thank you guys, truly, for a great night. Really, really appreciate it. And I will see you in the next video. Peace.